You said you're shy, you're always to yourself. How then do you come out?
Adetokunbo, a leader who mentors people now at Google and Microsoft, reveals the introvert's path to leadership. It's not about becoming someone you're not. It's about mastering a new set of skills.
In this episode, you'll discover how to be seen as a leader when you're technically strong, the never eat alone philosophy for genuine networking, why what got you to your current level won't get you to the next one, practical steps to train yourself, even if you're shy. This isn't theoretical, it's a proven framework.
You meet a lot of people, engage with them. Selling yourself is very important. It's like you're marketing a product. In the corporate world, if you do not sell yourself, no one is going to find out about you.
Thank you very, very much for joining us, Mr. Ade. And the first question I would like to ask you is, you have been recognized for leadership while preferring to work behind the scene. That seems like a contradiction, but clearly it works. How do you think about building influence without traditional visibility?
Well, I think it's all about the person's character. It's about how you deal with people, really. And these things, like I was telling my friend a few days ago, it's not something that you just find all of a sudden. You must build it. You must be a kind person. You must be someone that is a people's person. You must be someone that wants to reach out and be part of people's reality, what they go through day to day.
So let's imagine that I am your mentee and I'm struggling to be seen as a leadership material. How would you coach me, who is technically strong, so that I can be seen as a leadership material?
I guess it depends on the personality. You know, we have a lot of people that may be introverted by nature, and most technically strong people are introverted. And you have people that are extroverts, and they just do it naturally, like they are able to talk to people. And someone like yourself, I will use me as an example. I'm an introvert. However, I've been able to train myself to talk to people, even if it is difficult, even if it is not very pleasant time sometimes to discuss some issues that is critical or issues that is sensitive. However, you have to be kind. You have to be kind to people. And I would tell you that would automatically start building how you relate. And then back to the question, how will I, coach the person that is, technically strong, but wants to have that leadership recognition? The simple as that is to explain to the person that you need to join groups, you need to be part of different communities, you need to be able to showcase your talent. In the corporate world, if you do not sell yourself, no one is going to find out about you. Selling yourself is very important. It's like you're marketing a product. It's a brand. You know that you're very good. You know that you have the, skill set, but people don't know it. Yeah, you may do your work. You may put a lot of things on ground. It is something that is good that you're doing that, but it will take a little bit more effort that you sell yourself. And how do you sell yourself? You talk to people.
Let's say I'm a very shy person because I don't like to talk to people, because there are a lot of people like that in this corporate world. What the only thing they do is they are very good technically. They only go to the office, they do their job, and they go. Now they find it hard to talk to people. Is there any framework how an introvert can come out of that shell to be able to talk to people, still being an introvert?
There's no shortcut to this thing. Like I said, sometimes I struggle to even come out to speak in public. But public speaking events, you can start small. You can do community engagement. You can start by having small speeches. It may be within your team as a start, and then you move to uh, places like, for instance, we have in our organization, we have Aspire, we have different BRG groups, we have Bold, we have Adelante. They have so many small groups, small events. Even there is something called Time to Talk. You go to those. What I would say is I would advise the person to reach out to those communities. Tell them that you would like to do some sort of engagement. You would like to discuss small topics. Just ask them to give you that opportunity. It's very pivotal to how you are going to start that journey of being, outspoken as an introverted person. Because you said you're shy, you said you're always to yourself. How then do you come out? Practice, like they say, makes perfect. Some people even say you have to do more than an average person for you to be able to get, good at what you do. You're already good in whatever area that you've chosen, in terms of the technical area that you have chosen, for instance. But if you remember that technical area, before you get good at that too, you took a long time to learn and do and repeat. And then you will be able to get good at it, which you are. Now, apply that in the area of, public speaking.
I can say you got your first UK corporate job through networking. Someone referred you to it. And a lot of people are struggling to even land a simple job in the UK just because they don't know people or they don't know how to network. What can you say to people to change their mindset, and how can they go about it?
You see, everything still comes down to what I said earlier. You have to meet people. You have to be able to leave your comfort zone. And I don't look down on anyone. I don't. As a matter of fact, I can tell you there are two people that I used to mentor, that I used to, train as far back as over 15 years ago. And these guys are today managers and partners in Microsoft and Google. These guys are, if I look at it from the position that, oh yeah, I'm your senior, or oh yeah, I'm your junior, then I won't talk to you, or I won't have anything to do with you. I will only talk to my peers. Then I won't be able to have those kind of people in my network. One other thing is, never underestimate even the intern that just joined the firm. Never underestimate even the new people that just migrated. Never also underestimate your community. People that you see on daily basis, let's say even at your the time that you're studying, you have sometimes to go to do some work in, let's say for instance, McDonald's, Michael Wisher, any of this student roles, like I call it, because those are like temporary jobs that you do. You meet a lot of people. You discuss with them. You engage with them. I'm not saying engage because you need something from them. Engage because you want to know them. There's a difference between I'm engaging with anyone because I need something from someone, or I'm engaging someone because I just naturally want to know you. I mean, there's this one of my senior colleagues. His name is Moit. He's a very fantastic man, Moitanda. He recommended a book to me which says Never Eat Alone. That book is very powerful, and that book just shows how good meeting people would change a lot of things about your life. Because when you genuinely meet people, even you can be at lunch and you just talk to somebody that you haven't even met before. You have not even, I mean, that culture will even improve your public speaking because you are engaging, you're trying to learn about that person. You're trying to learn not just only, this person is someone that I see across maybe the desk or across maybe the room or the floor, but you genuinely want to know about the person. You want to learn about the person's background. You want to know what they like, what they don't like. It doesn't have to be in relationship or marriages or whatever that you learn all those things. You can also learn those things from people that you meet around. And there is an example in that book. One of the examples is Mrs. Clinton. She is so good at meeting people that the way she communicates and gets information across is incredible. The same thing with Obama. Obama is someone that likes to meet people, engage, discuss. You will find out that majority of so many senior leaders or, prestigious fellas in the society or people that are in the high-ranking aspect of life, they meet a lot of people. They don't shy away from meeting people. If you are closeted, you don't want to talk to people, you'll miss a lot of opportunities that is going around. And that is a secret. You have to learn to engage, discuss, learn a little bit about the person, be very genuine about it. And that's just the simple secret. I sometimes in the lifts when I'm coming to work, I see new person that I've not met before, depending on my mood, which I always hope I'm in a good mood. And I would just, start with a smile, ask, what's your name? Where do you work? Even as simple as, when did you join the firm? How long have you been in the firm? It's a simple question. It's not very hard. And it's just a way to start conversations. And before you know it, you ask for the person's name, you ask for the person's floor, and sometimes you'll be like, oh yeah, I may be having lunch at so time. I don't mind to have lunch with you. You don't have to be the person's best part to know the person.
You call it a little secret, but this is a life-changing secret. Trust me, and I'm so sure people listening will make you use of this. And you have navigated different technical domains throughout your career. What is your personal methodology for quickly getting up to speed in new technical areas while maintaining excellence in what you're already doing?
Honestly, it's hard. It is very hard. And I think it's becoming tough by the day. What I do is simply, when I'm about to start something new, let's say I'm already envisaging that, in the next 4 months, I will be heavily doing an example, prophecy, or I will be doing React Native, or I will be doing, any new technology, basically. I will give myself that time to start doing it now. I will pick it up at my own time, like whenever I'm coming back home, I will pick those things. It's just a habit that I've picked over time that I will start studying that particular technology stack. I will start, getting used to it. It won't stop what my daily routine is, because that is what I've signed as the company's contract. My 9 to 5 is 9 to 5, which is sometimes I do more than 9 to 5, but at least that is the guaranteed work that I've signed as a contract. But outside that, I need to equip myself with whatever I am going to be using potentially in the future, or something I know that will become very relevant and may be a major shift or contribution in my career. But yeah, that's the world that we live in. We have to keep learning about this new technology, especially AI. We are now in the AI space, so we all have to get on board, because sooner or later that will be the next big thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, to me, it's already the next big thing because we can see and experience, the innovations coming out from AI. Now, back to this question. I'm someone in the tech space, and there are a lot of, stuffs coming out and stuff like that. How do I know when I'm ready to take on something completely new? Are there signals that I will get, or is it that someone will tell me? How do I know that I'm actually ready to take on something new?
Again, it comes down to practice. Practice. You must practice something before you know how to do it. There's some school of thought that says you can never know when you're ready until you are ready. I don't necessarily believe in that school of thought, because I believe you must learn how to do something before you can then start doing it. It's just like, let me give an instance. We're in technology space. And when you talk about any sort of technology, take an instance, Oracle, and you ask somebody that has not done anything Oracle before to say, okay, I need you to create a table for me in Oracle. The person would not know how to start if the person has not even done anything on Oracle before. Even if you have done something on Microsoft SQL, MySQL, Oracle is a totally different thing, because you need to be able to create there's some prerequisite things that you must set up. Things like your table space, things like your users, and so many other things that part of that process of creation of the table before you then create the table. Now, if you're talking about Databricks, it's another thing entirely. You have to learn it. You have to practice how to do it. Then you will be able to do it. That's what would inform you that you are ready. If you go somewhere, it's just like you want to do a marathon race, and you have never practiced marathon race before, and you now go and start a marathon race with professionals. You will do things that is going to get you out of the marathon race early.
Faster. Yeah.
Because when you start,
True.
if you attempt a marathon race as a sprinter, you will be out of the marathon in no time. Because at that point, you've exhausted all your energy at the first go, without knowing that this is a way you go about being a marathon runner. Meanwhile, You see professional marathon runners at the very beginning, they start very slow. They engage the process with, certain pace, and they maintain it for a very long time. Sometimes they pick up, sometimes they slow down. And those are the things that you learn while you're doing it. There are opportunities that give you the chance to learn on the job or learn how to do things. But when you are talking about businesses that, taking risks that is worth billions of dollars, or things that are, businesses that are dealing with, millions of pounds or billions of pounds, you can't afford to make some mistakes, and you can't be doing you can't be doing your training, or you can't be doing your practice in such a exactly. So you need a space for you to learn, a sort of safe space where you can practice. You practice well enough. Then when you've realized that, you've had enough knowledge, you already know how to do this thing, then you can get onto that next level and say, yes, I'm ready for this challenge now. Again, you have to keep up with the news. You need to be conversant with trends, technology trends, things that are happening. There are a lot of things that are happening. For you to know what is the next thing that you should be watching out for, be conversant with the technology trends. Things are moving very fast nowadays that you just can't afford to lag behind. It's like a moving train. The moment you jump off, the train is gone. So you have to keep up.
We know that many people see a choice between being technical or being a leader. But you found a way to do both. What is your philosophy on technical leadership, and how would you guide someone who wants to lead without giving up their technical depth?
Everything is give and take. You have realized that there's always a price to pay on everything that you want to do. You want to maintain your technical leadership, you have to put in the time. You want to maintain your people's leadership, you also have to give it time. If you want to not give time to both, you have to give up one. If you want to give up either of the whether it's technical, whether it's people's, if you want to give up one, you have to prioritize which one is more important to you. That question, you will be the only one that can answer it. As a matter of fact, it will tell on your work-life balance. If care is not taken, you must be able to balance things and weigh your options very well. To lead people, you need engagement. You need to have time to be able to engage with people. There's no shortcut to that. And for you to be able to maintain your technical acumen, your skill set, you have to put in the time to build that skill set. Either you find yourself in a space where you don't want to do anything else, and this skill set that you've acquired will be something that will be required for a very long time, then you're lucky. But with the trend of things, you'll realize quickly right now that most of what you know as a kid's skill set today were something that is not so common, like maybe last decade. So what's a guarantee that the skill set that you have this decade will still be relevant
in market
in next decade? And if you are someone that is not close to your retirement, then you must be willing
to keep learning.
to keep learning. But if you are like, oh yeah, I'm satisfied with life, I'm okay, I don't think I need to learn anything new, I'm going to retire next year anyway, then you know which one to prioritize. Either way, any of those will take time. Like I said, time is money. Time is very important. No matter how we look at time, that time is not something that is, it's not easy to come by. Once it's gone, it's gone. If you want to make up for that time, you have to put in an extra effort.
Talking of leadership, we know that leadership growth is not always smooth. And without getting into specifics, what is a general leadership challenge you have faced? And what will you tell someone going through a similar situation about working through those moments?
I think the most difficult challenge you face in leadership is having to deal with people of different personality clashes. At least in my own case, this is what I faced severally. When you are in a position where you have multiple personality clash and you have to drive the team, or you have to, make the team work together to achieve a common goal, that is a very, difficult challenge, because you need to be able to convince these different personalities to shield their differences or move beyond their whatever that is maybe creating the clashes, so that they can work together, because what you want is to achieve the goal. That's the ultimate that you need to achieve. You want to make sure you're able to deliver. At the same time, you want to make sure keep the team in harmony, such that they do not have any sort of breakdown. Now, this can occur not just only within the team that you lead, it can also occur even within the leadership community that you work with. So you may have to deal with that, and then you need to be able to sell your ideas, you need to be able to present your products or whatever your delivery is, and also be able to convince everyone that it is good enough, which is why you need to be able to convince your manager, sometimes your manager's manager, sometimes you need to reach beyond, and not just only that, their colleagues at the level, and all of them being able to see through, which is why you need good relationships most times with your manager, because you sometimes cannot do this alone. It's about trust. It's about making sure you showcase your competence, and at the same time being able to demonstrate that whatever you're delivering will do exactly as you've proposed. Not just only that, you want to be able to have a team that will be willing to do your work and work with you to be able to achieve the common goal. Because if you find yourself not being able to, convince your team, give them that backing, give them that confidence and comfort to be able to do what you want, most likely may not be able to achieve anything.
Wow.
So it's just to be able to reconcile many personality differences.
This will take me to the last question I will ask you, which is, what is the best advice you have ever received?
This advice came from one of my mentors, Mark Elliott. He's an MD and a former veteran in the US. When he came to Glasgow in 2019, and we had this conversation, it was one of those inspiring conversations. And he mentioned on the conversation then that what got you to the current level is not going to get you to the next level. You must transform. You must be ready to change, to be ready for the next level, for you to be able to get to the next level. So what that meant to me is whatever you may be doing, whatever that you may have done to get to where you are, you need to improve on it and get better for you to be able to get to the next level.
Wow. And you just solved a problem, not for me alone, but for a lot of people that will be listening to this. And it keeps ringing in my head. I think you will be the first person that I will hear such advice from. Well, because what I knew before was that whatever took you to a level is what will sustain you and keep you going. But the advice that you just gave is quite different. And the scenario that you use is quite unique. I can say I'm blessed just having this conversation with you. And I'm very sure a lot of people listening to this are also blessed. Trust me. And thank you very much, Mr. Ade. This has been an insightful conversation and an opportunity to learn from you, to learn from your journey, to learn from the challenges and the failures, so that people coming behind can know what to do, and also people in that situation or similar situation will know what to do. And personally, I will say thank you again for honoring us with your time. This will be the end of the podcast. And for everyone watching who
Thank you.
want to know you more, connect with what you are doing, or even ask you some questions, where can they connect with you? Where can they follow your channel?
Well, I'm on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is right there. I'm also, my email is ktox2003@yahoo.com. It's my personal email, basically.
Thank you very much. And for everyone watching, I'm very sure you're also blessed. And see you guys later. Thank you.